Hello, my dear 7th class students. As we started the lesson New Kings and Kingdoms and discussed up to the previous session of the online class, Rajendra and Rajaraja one, how they were ruled, how they were conquered other areas, how they were became success, and what monument places they were constructed during the ruling period that we were studied. And today we are going to study with the title of the administration of the empire. The administration of the empire, it was the last portion of this chapter, how they were managed their administration, how they were continued during their administration process, how they were became successful in this procedure, that we can know. How was the administration organized? The king had a council of the ministers to help him. He had a strong army and navy. The empire was divided into the mandalams or provinces, further subdivided into the Varanadus and Nadus. Settlements of the present known as Oru became the prosperous, which means rich, with the spread of the irrigated agriculture. Groups of such villages formed larger units called Nadu, which means what is called Valanadu, what is called Nadu. The groups of such villages formed larger units are called Nadu. The village council and the Nadu performed several administrative functions, including the dispensing, like providing justice and collecting taxes. These are the administration authorities only, who were collected taxes, who were provided justice to the people. Nadus, the Nadus of the representative people of the empires are provided justice and collected taxes. Rich peasants of the Vellara caste exercised considerable control over the affairs of the Nadu under the supervision of the central Chola government. The Chola kings gave some rich landowners titles like the Muvendavelam, a Velam or present serving 3 kings, Arayar, chief, etc. as markets of the respect and entrusted them with the important offices of the state at the center. So here in the blue lines we can see during the administration of the empires how they were donated the lands and what basis of procedures are followed by them to donation of the lands, and how their Nadus, Valanadus are performed, that we can know. We have seen that Brahmins often received land grants or the Brahmadeya. As a result, a large number of the Brahmana settlements emerged in the Kaveri valley in the other parts of the South India. Each Brahmadeya was looked after by an assembly or sabha of the prominent and Brahmana landlords. These assemblies worked very efficiently and their decisions were recorded in the details in the inscriptions, which means what orders were given by them that they have to follow often on the stone walls of the temples. Associations of the traders known as Nagarams also occasionally performed administrative functions in towns. Inscriptions from Uttaramerur in the Chingalpur district, Tamil Nadu provide the details of the way in which the Sabha was organized. The Sabha had separate committees to look after the irrigation works, gardens, temples, etc. Names of these eligible to be members of these committees were written on small tickets of palm leaf. These tickets were put into an earthenware pot from which a young boy was asked to take out the ticket one by one for each committee. So inscriptions and taxes, agricultural reformations are completely charged and given authorities to the Nadus only, who were the subordinates of the empires at that time. So this was the continuation procedure in the Raja Raja and Rajendra I. During administration procedures were given charges were given authorities completely to the people of Nadus only. So this was became very successful, and they became very successful, and inscriptions, taxes were conducted into the different activities in the different manners, and as the people were more and strongly believed to these empires at the time of new kings, where the new kings are emerged. At that time the people are also not aware why they are collecting taxes, why they are providing agricultural facilities. The people are not aware, and what amount of the benefits they should get, what amount they should pay as taxation. They were not aware of these things. So that is why it was the continuation aspect which was become at that time. So now the new kings and kingdoms we were completed. Let us see the new chapter, the Kakatiya's emergence of a regional kingdom. Kakatiya's emergence of a regional kingdom is our next chapter, which we are also going to continue in this online session class. Kakatiyas, which means first thing what will come in our mind, Kakatiyas became successors under the ruling. Kakatiyas are ruled in which part of the Telangana state region? Like Kakatiyas were ruled which part of the Telangana state region, which means the question comes in our mind, the Warangal region, the Warangal state, Warangal district was the mainly prominent, where we have also the Kakatiya University by the name of the Kakatiyas ruling period authorities only. We have that. What was given in this behind of the background procedure of the Kakatiyas emergence of the regional kingdom? You may have listened to many ballads and stories about the bravery and martial skills of the Brahmanaidu and Balachandrudu and the 66 heroes. You may also have participated in the Jataras dedicated to the Samakka and Saraka. They fought against the armies of the kings to protect the rights to their tribal people. You might have enjoyed the popular story of Katama Raju, who fought with the kings of Nellore in the defense of the right of the animal herders. So these are all the things, these are all the aspects. Let us we get into the details of the chapter. Let us we know importance of the Kakatiya rulers. Importance of the Kakatiya rulers. See, it was given importance of the Kakatiya rulers. Let us we see this, the blue box. Prola II was ruled 1116 to 1157 Common Era. Rudradeva ruled 1158 to 1195 Common Era. Ganapati Deva ruled 1199 to 1262 Common Era. Rudrama Devi, the brave woman of the Kakatiya dynasty, was ruled 1262 to 1289 Common Era. Prataparudra II, 1289 to 1223 Common Era. The Kakatiya rulers are ruled in these 5 ruling authorities which was given. So we will continue this chapter in the next session of the online class. You just remind the story. I will explain in a brief informative manner in the next session of the online class. Thank you.